So yeah, Viv has officially announced that there's gonna be 4 seasons of Help a Boss. It says Hella is a 4 season story. We are very far from the end, but very close to tell it one way or another. So yeah, if you guys were wondering if Help a Boss was getting a season 3, well, there's your answer. So yeah, it's confirmed that Hell of a Boss is getting a season 3 and a season 4. So yeah, and season 2 is getting 12 episodes, and we're only in like season 2, episode 4. And Stolas is already in the hospital. He almost so yeah, like there's this one a lot of people are saying that Stolas is gonna get Osmodian crystals for Blitz, so he doesn't have to use the Grimoire anymore. And well, it looks like that might be true, because if you go back to the 2022 trailer, you can see Stolas sitting on the couch seemingly waiting for something. So yeah, if that scene is supposed to be Stolas, like, waiting for Fizz and Ozzy to see him, to see about getting the Osmodian crystals, they give the Blitz so he doesn't have to use the Grimoire anymore, then well, if Stolas gave Blitz one of the Osmodian crystals, Blitz would probably just stop talking to Stolas again. Would probably just stop talking to Stolas, because if he has the Osmodian crystals, then he doesn't need Stolas' book to go into the real world anymore. But I mean, at the end of the most in the most recent episode, Blitz was actually concerned about Stolas when he found out that Stolas can get hurt. So yeah, that confirms that Blitz, the whole time, Blitz assumed, thought that Stolas was immortal from how powerful he was, especially when they saw him in season 1, episode 6, how cool he looked. So Blitz assumed that Stolas was immortal, and well, he was wrong, because angelic weapons can hurt demons like him, and even killed him. And well, Stryker almost killed Stolas. If it wasn't for Osdrophus, or whatever his name is, Stella probably would have never made that call, and Stolas probably would have been dead. So yeah, if it wasn't for Stella's brother, Osdrophus, whatever his name is, if he wasn't there to tell her to make that call, then she most likely would have never made that call, and Stolas most likely would have been dead, because Stryker was about to jab that knife into him so hard, and if Stolas wasn't dead then, he was probably gonna keep on stabbing him until he died. But luckily, Stella's brother was there, and well, he basically saved Stolas. I mean, if Millie and Moxie didn't get him to the hospital, he would have bled out anyways, because Stolas was in the middle of bleeding out by when they got done fighting Stryker. So if Millie and Moxie didn't take him to the hospital, then he would have bled out and died. But luckily, Stolas is alive. And well, I'm really curious to what this is going to go by, because if Stolas ends up giving Blitz the Osmodian crystal so he can go to the real world, he's really not going to need Stolas anymore. He's not really going to need Stolas anymore. He's not going to need the book or anything, because he'll have the crystals. Unless he drops the crystal and it breaks. That's the only way what I think it could happen. Okay, so here's what I think is going to happen. I think that I think that Stolas is going to get the Osmodian crystals, and then ends up giving them to Blitz. And I feel like something wrong is going to happen. I feel like something bad's going to happen, and it's going to cause the crystals to get destroyed. That's what I think is going to happen. I think that either Blitz is gonna drop them and they're gonna break, or they go into the real world, and when they're trying to go back to hell something happens, and then maybe he drops the crystals and they break. Like, imagine, like, Blitz, Moxie, and Melee are just in the real world, and right when they're about to go back to hell, like, Blitz, like, trips on something or something like that, or someone bumps into Blitz, and then he just drops the crystals and they break. They would be stuck in the real, they would be stuck on Earth, like, in the real world, like the cheer-ups. So, yeah, unless the portal was still open. So, yeah, but that would be a cool episode to see Moxie, Melee, and Blitz stuck on the real world, trying to find a way to get back to hell. Because that would have been a pretty cool episode if Blitz dropped the Osmodium crystals and they broke and they were stuck in the real world, and then the whole episode was just them trying to get back to hell. That would have been a cool episode. I really hope they end up doing that. Like, I really want them to do that. Like, if that ends up happening, then, well, Blitz is probably gonna, contact Stolas. And if Stolas is still recovering, then he's probably not gonna be in the best condition to use his powers. If he's still recovering from his wounds. I feel like Blitz is gonna end up calling Stolas, and Stolas is probably gonna end up opening a portal to get them back to hell. Or if Stolas is still recovering and he's too weak to do that, then, well, Millie, Moxie, and possibly Luna are gonna have to try to find their way back to hell. But that would really be a fun episode, in my opinion. So, yeah. That would be a really good way to bring Stolas into the episode, though. Like, if Blitz, if they were in the real world, and after they got done doing whatever they went to the real world to do, and Blitz dropped the crystals, and they were trying to find their way to get back to hell, Blitz would have to contact Stolas, because Stolas is the only one of the group who can actually open portals in and out of hell. How he did in Season 1, Episode 6. So, yeah. But can he only do that when he has the book? So, yeah, I think Stolas can only do stuff like that when he has the book. Anyways, what do you guys think? I really want to see an episode where Millie, Moxie, and Blitz try to find their way back to hell. But I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't think they would go that far, but hey, you never know. They could make an episode of Millie, Moxie, and Blitz just trying to find their way back to hell, after losing the crystals. So yeah. Anyways, Anyways, I just wanted to tell you guys that there is gonna be 4 seasons of Helluva Boss, and well, this is it for this video. Bye.